Now, you could argue and say, like, oh, well, making the super serum or combining Godzilla and King Ghidorah's cells to make freaking in the freaking super cells, so that way they can turn Godzilla into Super Godzilla, takes time too. I bet you it takes not that long to do it. But honestly, it does not probably take that long. If anything, it should at least take half the time than what Godzilla needs. Needs, well, for Godzilla to like go around the planet and just consume nuclear power plants. Now, like, what if the human characters don't even have nuclear bombs? How will they be able to help Godzilla in his battle with a more powerful kaiju? Anyways, so let's kind of go on ahead and get started with the first few episodes of The Inkling of Darkness and explain a lot of interesting secrets behind that series. Let's start with episode 1. Now, when episode 1 started, I'm pretty sure a lot of people were confused on why I had the screen to be dark and just to have you guys hear like a lot of roaring, honestly. This was basically a dream sequence when Godzilla was kind of remembering his kind being slaughtered by King Ghidorah and his army. For some reason, I didn't grab all my other Legendary Godzilla figures at the time and the villains, and just show the villains flat out massacring Godzilla's species, honestly. Like, I did not know why I didn't do it. Like, I was like, why did I not do it? Like, when I've watched Stormwell's reaction videos now, I was like, why did I not do that? Why did I just decide to not do that? Like, why? I think when I look back at it now, I think I was just mostly lazy to do it. I just wanted to get the first episodes done. So, the random dragon that showed up out of nowhere when Godzilla wakes back up, I honestly don't know what I was doing with that dragon, honestly. Or why I just decided to have Godzilla kill the dragon. I could have just made him, like, scare off the dragon, or just simply have a little fight scene and Godzilla drives off the dragon, or, like, bends off the dragon, but no, I just flat out had Godzilla kill the dragon. Honestly, I didn't like that. But I did like the part where Godzilla comes home and he's like bringing the dragon and carcass is like using it as a back scratcher and feeds it to Scylla Jr. and Gorosaurus, honestly. I felt like that was actually pretty okay, and I think I might do that for the remake episodes. For some reason, I decided to have Mothra to be like this super weird collector, where she's like collecting a boatload of random shit, and then like Godzilla and the other kaiju just look at her with like confused looks on their faces. And I think I might keep that. I think I wanted this version of Mothra to be like crazy and like cuckoo. And like she's like a collector, honestly. So basically everything's all peaceful and fine until Space Godzilla shows up. Space Godzilla shows up and it's revealed that it's not the same Space Godzilla in their universe. This is a reference to the Family Guy video game called Family Guy Back to the Multiverse, where basically Space Godzilla says the line of, I can't just possibly allow a universe to exist without me in it. And I think the original plot for this, I didn't mention this in the first episode, but, well, yeah, in the first episode like secrets, the secrets episode, there was just gonna be this huge plot if like Godzilla and his friends kill Space Godzilla, then another Space Godzilla from another universe will sense this and create a clone of themselves, and they will leave their universe with their clone. And their clone will basically take over as the new Space Godzilla in that universe, honestly. And, well, literally, the Space Godzilla was just be like, yeah, so every single version of me throughout the multiverse can sense you, so... And surprisingly, I'm still keeping that, honestly. Except for the whole cloning thing. I mean, the cloning thing was just meh. And yes, folks, like I said before, I'm still keeping that idea. I'm still keeping the idea where other space Godzillas throughout the multiverse can sense, like, another version of themselves getting killed. And you can kind of say in the Incoming of Darkness series, every single space Godzilla can sense this. From, like, space Godzillas that people would expect to happen in, like, say, the Showa era, or the Millennium era, or the current Reira era, and space Godzillas that they didn't expect to happen, like a Space Zilla, for example, or even a Space Herabon Baron Godzilla, or even a Space Hell Godzilla. Oh boy, what have I done? Now Space Final Wars is gonna be like, oh god, I want to do that now. So the purpose for this Space Godzilla to be in the Incoming of Darkness series was he was taking the place of the original Space Godzilla that was killed. And in case for those of you who are new to the channel, if you don't know what I mean, the original Space Godzilla from the Incoming of Darkness series was killed by Heisei Goji. Heisei Goji killed Space Godzilla back in 1994. And this new Space Godzilla is taking his place. Hell, I think somewhere in Season 2, Space Godzilla mentioned that even if he does die, another Space Godzilla will just simply come in and take his place. And you can kind of say the multiverse has a way of, like making a Space Godzilla for a universe that Space Godzilla left in order to come into this universe. So if anything, the multiverse is kind of like replacing the original Space Godzilla when that Space Godzilla leaves to go into the Incoming of Darkness universe. And I can see Space Godzilla being like this kaiju that can travel through the multiverse. Well, besides King Ghidorah, but that's a different topic. Pick for another future video, maybe, hopefully, I don't know. So, basically, Godzilla and his friends have a lot to deal with. They got Apex to worry about. They got the worldwide nation to worry about. They got Monarch to worry about, because Monarch is keeping all the other kaiju around the world in, like, containment domes or stuff like that. And now they got Space Godzilla to worry about, a new Space Godzilla to worry about, because this new Space Godzilla is flat out joining the Earth Invader. And Kiru comes up with a plan and to basically get them more allies. And those more allies will potentially be humans. And the scene changes to Mikasa having a bit of a flashback moment where Eren says, "I always hated you." And you can clearly see in that episode, Mikasa is not only depressed, she's hurt in that episode. But in the remake for season 1, I'm planning on having Eren and Mikasa to be in this relationship, and Godzilla to be like kind of the jealous rival, and like the famous infinite, the moment where Eren says, "I always hated you," will still happen, but instead of Armin trying to fight Eren, it's Godzilla. And you can kind of guess what happens. Yeah, Godzilla just goes all invincible on Eren. And you guys are okay to make that, like, to make a video about that, just Godzilla beating up Eren, and just saying, "Why did you make me do this? You're fighting so you can just push away everyone that you know and love. Think, Eren." In fact, fun fact, that was originally going to be the original episode. There was actually going to be an episode where Godzilla beats up Eren, and just does a whole Invincible reference. I was actually close on making that episode, but I decided to not do it because, yeah. Because now that I look at Eren and Mikasa's relationship, like today, folks, it's honestly kind of abusive, honestly. I'm not saying I'm done shipping these two. I still am going to ship these two. But if anything, I'm not going to make Eren to be like this person who's kind of a dick to Mikasa. Just like, let's take a look at season 1 of Attack on Titan. Mikasa is trying to convince like one of the higher ups of the Survey Corps to let her fight alongside with Eren. And Eren literally headbutts Mikasa. And he does the same shit again. And later on, when everyone finds out that he has the ability to turn into a Titan, he headbutts Mikasa again. Why are you like this, Eren? Why are you such an asshole towards your girl? I'm starting to see why Eren and Mika haven't stopped shipping you guys now. Honestly, I'm starting to see why. But yeah. So, if anything, I think I'm gonna have a cute little rivalry between, well, not cute, a little rivalry between Godzilla and Eren. In fact, Eren ends up replacing Haru as the leader of Apex. Yes, I was originally gonna save this for season 2, but I decided why not reveal it now. Eren is now the new leader of Apex. So, yeah.